Welcome class to this brief video. This is an addendum to the video I made earlier on 5.1, as one of the very intelligent students in our class pointed out to me that I was missing something pretty essential for you to know from the last video. So as you will see, actually this video is being assigned as an assignment, and there are some questions throughout that you will need to respond to. So make sure you're paying attention, and hopefully this helps you. All right, so let's jump right in. In this handout, you have a handout very similar to it. And in this handout, you're being asked to find the slope. That's another word for a rate of change. Okay, and so the way you find the slope is you find 2 points on the line. And this handout, they've given you those 2 points. And then you draw a right angle triangle between them, like this. See, they're drawing a right angle triangle between those 2 points. I then use the vertical line to determine the rise of the slope, or the rate of change. And in this case, I went from 2 to -4, so I went down 6. Okay, and I'm going to have you think of it that way for a moment. I went down 6. I went down. From 2 to -4 is going down 6. And so now I'm going to go from -3 to +1. And if I go from -3 to +1, that is going up 4. And so in that case, I end up with -6/4. And that is the part that you were missing. That is that this slope has to be negative. If I simplify it, lowest terms, I get -3/2. Now I could have known this line was going to have a negative slope just by looking at it, because the line goes down to the right. And if it goes down to the right, that means the slope is negative. Let's do another example here. If I'm doing number 2, I'm going from -1 to +4. That's a run of 5. And I'm going from -2 to +2. That's a rise of 4. And so that gives me a slope of 4/5. And if you notice, I went forward 5 and up 4, and therefore the slope is positive. And I would know that the slope is positive just by looking at the line, because it goes up to the right. Then for number 3 here, do the same process. Again, we're going to draw the right triangle in between the 2 points. And what you should notice, again, the line is going down to the right, so the slope is going to be negative. And here we can see I went down 4, and I went over 3. And so what I get is -4/3. Okay, and I just want to point out to you how this works, because somebody might, for example, draw a triangle, a right angle triangle like this. They go these directions, so they went this way and they went that way. And if you do that, well, then you can see the rise is +6 and the run is -4. And so then you end up with this. You end up with 6/-4, or simplified as 3/-2. Now, did I get a different answer? No, I got the same answer. Okay, because it does not matter where the negative sign is, as long as there's only one sign in the fraction, one negative sign in the fraction. That means the whole fraction is negative. For example, this is -1.33333 if you do the division. Okay, and so just to highlight that again, -3/2, 3/-2, and -3/2, these are all equal to each other. And so it does not matter where the negative sign is in the fraction, as long as there's only one negative sign in the fraction. That makes the whole fraction negative. Let's look at it for the positive slope. What if I did this? So I went from here, like this, to here, and then here down to here. So then that would give me a run of -5 and a rise of -4. And so then down here, that would mean I would get -4 over negative 5. Did I get a different answer? No, because a negative divided by a negative is positive, and therefore I could just simply write it as 4 over 5. Alright, so the simplest way actually to do these kinds of questions is to ignore signs completely when you are finding the rise and the run. So don't worry about if you're going up or down or backwards or forwards. All you need to do is look at the line and determine, is the line going up to the right or down to the right? So for example, this is going up to the right, and so I will find the rise, which is from 4 to 1 is 5, and the run, which is 2. So 5 over 2, and the line is going up to the right, so I know it's positive. I can leave it like that. Let's do this one over here. If I go from here, from positive 4 to negative 3, that's 7, and from 0 to 3, that's 3. And then, oh, you can see I already have the answer written here, negative 7 over 3, or 7 over 3, and I know it's negative because the line is going down to the right. Okay, so lines going up to the right, you know it's going to have a positive slope. Lines going down to the right, you know it's going to have a negative slope.